The format of this meeting goes like this. We usually like to give you a little bit of a framework of why we're even doing this. About 25 years ago, we came up with this vision statement for bridging, and we wanted this to be an open process, no membership, no dues, just the community gathering. But our vision was Kennett Square, every day a better place to grow up in and grow old in. And we said we want to be a peaceful, progressive, and inclusive community. So I'm saying those words, and I'd like just some of the old timers that have been here for a long time, just to say what that means to you. Where every day a better place to grow up. Raise your hand and I'll call on you. Anyone that would like to speak to what that means? Every day a better place to grow up and grow old in, and being a peaceful, progressive, and inclusive community.
Well, I don't know. A friend of mine recently went to the Kennett Y, and she was very impressed with how friendly everybody was. So that's kind of the feeling I get in Kennett. It's a small town and people seem to care about each other.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Jesse?
I've often told newcomers to the community that this is the place to find out what is really happening that matters to me anyway in the community. I have a new next door neighbor who moved in from California. She works at Dansko, and I forgot to tell her about this tonight, but I did give her all the information, and I said, you can read old minutes and everything, and she's interested, so I'll try to get her here the next time.
Thank you so much. Okay, and then there's we have 5 principles, and when you get the minutes, I'd love for you to read them, but I'm going to just showcase one tonight. Everybody has a role to play. What does that mean to you in this community? Everyone has a role, not a job, not a task, but a role to play. What does that mean to you? Okay, Jean?
Everybody has a chance to participate and help in some way, shape, or form, or make something happen because of their resources. And I loved it when I was program coordinator because I got volunteers for every little thing. And when we had emergencies in the town, the people came together and helped those that couldn't help themselves. It's just been, and new businesses. I mean, new people that have come in with new places like, the Young Moms and Mighty Riders and all these different new places that within a short period of time have established themselves and gotten involved in the community. It's really great.
Thank you. That's a perfect way to talk about it. It's something that's ongoing, and it's something that when we come to a bridging meeting, we see opportunities to volunteer, opportunities to connect with people, maybe make our efforts stronger. So that's what we're hoping tonight in bridging, that you experience that. What we're going to do is we always meet at different places around the community, and tonight we're on Zoom, so we're going to showcase actually Chester County Hospital, which we're so grateful that they're in our community because we had lost Jennersville Hospital and Brandywine. Fortunately, Christiana's back in with Jennersville, and I've been on meetings that they are very enthusiastic about opening that up and providing great services for us. So we'll showcase that, and then I'm just going to give you an overview of what we do at the meeting. The new people that have never been to a bridging, we ask you just to say your name and why you're here, what organization you represent, or do you have an idea that you want to share with the group that you'd like to bridge with somebody with. Then after we, on Zoom, what we're going to ask you to do is if anybody here would like to connect with that person, they raise their hand and we'll have you talk to each other immediately. In our in-person meetings, we actually do that at a separate time, but on Zoom, we do that right away. And then at the very end, we talk about just what bridges we think have been made in the past that we can celebrate. And we have a wonderful, a gratitude time of appreciating that we were together for a period of time as a whole community. As you notice, that there's no membership here, so anybody can come. So all economic groups are welcome, all races, all ethnic groups, all ages. So that's what's kind of special about it. It's a community. So let's go to Chad Thomas. Dave was going to kind of put up a picture of Chester County Hospital. The new addition has been made and it's beautiful. And I've been inside of it and I would say it's just amazing place and today in the US News and World Report, it recognized Chester County Hospital as one of the top cardiovascular hospitals. And that's quite an honor. They have different, I'm trying to remember the right word, wards or different
Units, maybe.
No, I'm sorry, I'll think of the word, but they've been given this a privilege to be able to provide this kind of service. Okay. So Chad, you want to go ahead and talk a little bit about Chester County Hospital first? And
Sure.
then put up your flyers. Mhm.
Sure. And thanks so much for giving me the opportunity to talk a little bit about our hospital. I wasn't quite as prepared as I should have been, but I'm happy to talk about what we do. So my name's Chad Thomas. I'm the community health education coordinator, and I work with Chester County Hospital Community Health and Wellness. And our program really works to sort of spotlight the different programs within the hospital by having presenters from different specialties give virtual and in-person presentations on a regular basis. We have Zoom-based virtual presentations that we do Mondays through Thursdays, typically the second half of every month. We have a calendar that comes out every 2 months, and I'll stick that in the chat room. So we have a January, February calendar that came out near the end of December. We have a lot of sort of New Year focused presentations happening. Our program in particular, part of our program is the nutrition and diabetes program. So a lot of our stuff focuses on general wellness, nutrition, obviously diabetes, and chronic illness prevention. So some of the highlights from our January, sort of the New Year focused ones, we have a presentation coming up tomorrow about resolving to live healthier in the new year. I don't know if we're still registering people for that, but if you're interested, please do send me an email and I'm happy to sign you up for it. These virtual wellness presentations take place between 6 and 7, and you join on Zoom just like you do these meetings. We also have another program coming up on the 23rd, presented by one of our excellent dietitians talking about dieting in the new year. That's on a Monday. Some of the presentations we're also offering on a regular bi-monthly basis now are QPR suicide prevention. So I'm one of 3 trainers from the hospital offering these trainings to the community. And it's something similar to CPR. It's like assessing somebody who you think is at risk for suicide, asking them about it, and connecting them to the appropriate resources. A couple exciting things we've had going on, we've been very happy to work on in Kennett Square, one of which is working a lot with the Kennett Hospital, the Kennett Library down there, in preparation for their new building that they're going to be moving into, ideally in the spring. So when they open that building, we're going to actually be offering a lot of on-person trainings and presentations there at the library. So we're really excited about that. Something recent we did was we partnered with Penn Medicine New Garden down there in Kennett Square, and we offered Fit Kit colorectal screening kits to folks, primarily patients of the practice down there who are non-English speaking, so primarily Spanish speaking, and many of them not able to read in Spanish. So we worked closely with the nurses to get people hooked up to take these take-home screening tests. And we actually had one positive who did not have insurance, who the hospital is working with, providing him with a colonoscopy and follow-up care if and as needed for that positive test result. So we're really excited that we're able to offer some of these things in the community as well. Something else new that's happening in Kennett Square, starting on February 2nd, at the Kennett YMCA, the first Wednesday of every month from noon to 1:30, we're going to be offering on-site blood pressure screening. So if you know anybody who's in need of a blood pressure screening, we're going to have one of our new per diem nurses, who's actually a professor at Westchester University. She's going to be going out there the first Wednesday of every month from noon to 1:30, doing blood pressure screening. So if you know somebody who's in need, it's a great location and for them to check that out. So again, I'll attach the calendar to the chat box. I'm also going to give you guys the flyer that we have that promotes our blood pressure screenings there at the Y starting in February. So if you could forward those on to anybody in your community who could benefit from them, please do. We'd really appreciate it.
Let's give Chad a hand here, everybody.
Thank you. That's my spiel.
Okay.
Chad, could I just ask if somebody wanted to access this information in the community, where would they go? To the Chester County Hospital website?
Yes, I'll actually put our web link to our program in there as well. People can either download a PDF of our bi-monthly calendar, or they can click right on a calendar embedded in the website, and they can actually register online right there.
Thanks.
Our,
Thank you again so much.
Sure.
What I want to also say is Dave Harridan, Beverly Bach, you want to raise your hand, and Jean Sear and myself. We're the team right now for bridging. We have some other people working on this team, but I wanted to thank them all. Actually, Beverly has agreed to do the minutes, but Laura Gonzalez also has agreed to do them at different times. So I'm excited that we have different people working on things. And Jean is our interpreter if we need to have that for Spanish interpreter. And Dave is our great tech man and also sends out our notices. So let's give them a hand. Okay. You guys, in person, we clap. So we're going to still keep clapping. Okay. Well, let's move on now. Let's move on. New people, raise your hand. Is there someone new that hasn't ever been here? Yes, go for it. It's Stephanie. Yeah. You want to share who you are and how we got to who you're
Sure.
representing?
Hi, everybody. I'm Stephanie Sullivan, and I met Joan last week at the Kennett Coffee Clatch. That's the name, right?
Right.
And she just was very welcoming and told me and Keisha, who you'll meet in a second, about this meeting. There are three of us here from CACS, Kennett Area Community Service. I came on last month as the development director. And I guess I'll just make a quick pitch. Should I do this now? Say
Yeah,
what's
sure.
going on? Okay, we are, Keisha and I are working hard on the upcoming Empty Bowls fundraiser in February, and we're currently looking for sponsors and people to come eat soup and enjoy a meal with us.
What's the date?
February 24th.
And she will put information in the chat for us, I'm sure, of the website that we can go to. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank-
Give Stephanie a hand.
Thank you.
It's a
Well,
great event.
it's a wonderful event. Keisha, do you want to add something too? Because Keisha's new too.
Oh, actually, I was at the one goods right across from the creamery this summer.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, you came to.
Terrific.
Yes, yes.
Wonderful. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
You want to tell them what you do at CACS?
I am the communications and engagement director there. And so as Stephanie said, we're working very closely together on Empty Bowls, and we're hoping for so many more exciting events later this year as well. More to come.
Thank you so much. Give her a hand. Who else is here from CACS? Anyone else?
I am.
Okay, go for it.
So good evening, everyone. My name is Cheryl Miles, and I'm not new to Virgin Community. I think I've probably been here under quite a few different titles throughout the year. But as of today, I'm with CACS, and I am their Community Housing Development Director. So we will be working on developing a community housing development organization to develop an inventory of affordable housing for the Southern and the Chester County. So I hope to be able to give you an update within the next couple of months on where we are and how we can support each other in making sure that everyone has a place to live in the Southern and the Chester County.
Give Cheryl a hand. We're thrilled you're here. Give her a hand, you guys. Okay. Absolutely. Cheryl actually was instrumental too in helping Good Samaritan get started and his mission in Kennett Square. That was her previous hat that we worked together on. So, okay, Dave, do you mind showing us the whole screen so I can see everybody? That's great. Thank you. So who else is new? Dave, can you hear me? Dave. Give us a screen of everyone.
If you want to screen with everyone, then just go ahead and click on up the top right, the view button up there and
Okay.
click on gallery and you'll be able to
Okay,
do it
thank you.
yourself.
That's what
Yeah,
I need to do.
I can't
Okay.
force it on you.
Okay, good. Okay, who else is new?
No.
Anyone else? Yes, I would say Cliff is new. Cliff, you want to tell us who you are and where you're from?
Yes, I'm not a computer expert, so I'm not getting the full screen. Maybe I need to do something different. I don't know what. Anyway, let me tell you about myself. We moved into into Kennett Square area in Jennersville about 3 or 4 years ago. We're in the old Dansko warehouse. The
Oh, yeah.
organization is Orphan Grain Train. We gather clothing, medical equipment, food, bicycles, and we ship it to people in need around the world, including domestically. Such areas that when the Sandy disaster hit, we were there, and we went down to Florida, North and South Carolina, and so forth. Our main goal is to find people who are in need, no matter where, color, creed, national origin, and so forth, and then supply these items to them. We do a lot of container shipping around the world. We had a shipment to Malawi, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Panama, Philippines, and so forth, in addition to all the domestic ones. We're open every Wednesday from 10 o'clock to 2:30, and people come in and they sort and pack. And then every second and fourth Saturday, we're there, and we can use volunteers to come in, sort and pack clothes, and enjoy the camaraderie with the people there. One of the things that we have noted is the friendliness in the area. We have a number of volunteers from the area who have come in, and they're great people to work with. So they've added to our great group of people. So if you have things that you want to, quote, get rid of in your home, clothes that have gotten too small or too big, you can bring them over and we'll take them and give you a receipt for them. So that's part of it. But we're in the old Dansko warehouse where there are Wednesdays and second and fourth Saturdays. And on the 25th of January, we'll be loading a 40-foot container to go to Malawi. And if you want to come in and help load the container, be there at 9 o'clock in the morning, and be well prepared because there's lifting and pushing to do. So
Thank you.
pleasure to
Thank
be
you.
here. Pleasure to know you. Yes.
Thank you, Cliff. And it's nice to see your face. I've talked to you before on the phone and received your emails. So thank you for coming. Give him a hand, you guys.
Pleasure being here.
Cliff a hand. Okay. Okay. Anybody else new that they want to raise their hand? I'm looking at the other. Okay. Who would like to share anything they want to offer? A service that you're offering in the community, an event that might be coming up, an issue or a need that you think you have, and then maybe even a new idea that you might want to share, that you want to get partners with. Cliff, you want to say something?
Yeah, we have some connections locally. One of the small Baptist churches supply us with clothes, and we supply them with toys and things of that they can distribute to their people. If there are organizations that need clothing, ours are sorted by gender, age, and so forth, shoes, clothes, things of that nature. If there are organizations that need things like that, please contact me and we can work with you to distribute to local organizations and local groups. We will have to work out, who they are, how it gets there, and all that type. That's all logistics. But if there are the needs there, please give me a shout, and be happy to work with you.
That's great
Thank you.
news. Thank you.
Excuse me, Cliff, what was, somebody else also wanted to know, what was the name of your organization again?
It's Orphan Grain Train. Orphan
GRIN.
Grain, the food, and trains, choo-choo trains.
So
It's-
green, like GREEN train?
No, grain,
Grain.
Grain, okay.
grain, like
Grain.
kernels of corn.
The kernels
Okay.
of corn or wheat or things of that
I
nature.
thought it was that, but
Yeah,
Okay.
so we were written up in the Jennersville paper. Some of you may have seen that
Yes, I did.
a while back.
Okay, thank you
Thank
again.
you.
Okay, Reverend Williams wants to say something.
Yes, my name is Marvin Williams. I'm Second Baptist Church on 132 South Willow Street, right next to the new library that's being built. And what I had to say, this coming Monday at 10 a.m. at the church, we have a ton of brand new summer clothes from toddler on up. When I mean brand new, they still have all of them still have their tags on them. And we would starting 10 o'clock on Monday, 10 until they're gone. And they're free to anyone.
That's
Brand new.
Okay.
They're children's clothes, is that
Children's,
correct?
children's clothes.
No children, adult, from children up to adults.
Wow, okay. We'll get the word out. That sounds wonderful. Young moms would like to hear
Mhm.
about that, I'm sure. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you for letting us know. Yeah. Give him a hand, you guys.
Yes,
Let him
yeah.
know. Give him a hand.
When I mean, I'm emphasizing the brand new. I mean, brand new tags on them. Some of them still got the price tags on them.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Good.
A great gift. Okay. Thank you. Who else would like to say something? Raise your hand.
Lori,
Yes, Lori.
Hello. For those of you who don't know me, I am Lori Holcomb with the Kennett Area Senior Center. I am Information and Assistance Coordinator, and I'm also the Membership Coordinator. And we are in need. So what I'm really in need of is I have been getting more people in my office looking for mental health resources. Medicare, for those who have Aetna through Medicare, they do not cover the mental health. I have exhausted all my resources looking for free or low income counseling. They are depressed. So that concerns me. So if anybody knows of any free or low cost mental health, either individual or group support, if you could just please reach out to me so I can contact them to see if we can work something out.
So is there a bridge that anyone wants to make here? This is a great opportunity. Do you have any advice for her? Anyone that she could be checking in with?
In Spanish or in English?
English.
You know, LCH, it still would be worth talking to them about it. They provide bilingual counseling, but you might still want to talk to them and they would have resources that they're connected with.
Okay.
Definitely them. Anyone else want to give her any advice?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I have a few more, if that's okay, June.
Sure.
Okay. We also are in need of volunteers. We need volunteers for games. We do Family Feud, we do murder mysteries, so that's about an hour of your time. We're looking for volunteer instructors for art lessons. If you know anyone who can help us out with that. We need volunteers for our front desk as well. And the only other thing I have is I'll be starting the digital literacy classes again, starting January 20th. Limited seating, only 10. So if you know anybody, please have them give me a call at the Senior Center and I can get them signed up. It's a 6-week course, meeting every Friday at 10:30.
That's awesome. Okay, any bridging you want to do with Lori? She's got some great offers here. Do you know of any resources that you can offer her? Or anyone that you think might be interested? Just saying. Okay, I see hands raised, but you're going to be offering something. Okay, we'll be thinking about that because this is a golden opportunity. They're free classes for the digital literacy. And they really learn how to use their iPhones. They learn how to do internet or safe security. That's so important. Cybersecurity, that so often our seniors are being hacked. So they learn about that. They learn how to do texting and and it's been exciting to see the ones that have graduated from there and that are really doing these things. So if you have anyone you want to refer there, it's a real nurturing
This
environment.
meeting is being recorded.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you. Let's give Lori a hand. Okay, let's go. I think Christine was raising her hand from a friend's home. Is that right? Hi, Christine.
Yes. Hi, everyone. So happy to be able to be back. I know the Friends Home has been closed to volunteers due to the virus for the last 2 years. So I wanted to let people know that it's kind of a twofold. We're open to volunteers again, which has been wonderful. We're starting to have some people come in. Same thing as what the senior center is looking for. I know a lot of our residents would love to take some art classes, and we're looking for, and not necessarily a volunteer opportunity. It could even be a paid opportunity. We were just awarded a wonderful, very large grant for health and wellness. So we're able to actually use some of those funds for these, these type of things. And also our residents have talked about, they really would love to start learning Spanish. I know we did that a few years ago and it was very well received. So I said I would bring that up. And then I'm also looking for opportunities for our residents to volunteer in the community. I know I take them to the book bag distribution that the Rotary does, and they really do. They love it. They really want more and more of that. So they're asking me for more opportunities that they can actually participate in. So I'm going to be coming. I'm now, my schedules, I'm able to come to these meetings more regularly to look for those opportunities for our residents as well.
It's awesome. Does anyone want to connect with her right now? Bridge with her right now? Yes, Cliff. You're on mute, Cliff. Cliff, you're on mute. Yeah, okay. Now, Cliff, you're on mute. Can you unmute yourself? There you go. No, you're still not unmuted. He's got some ideas for you.
I know, I'm anxious.
I know.
I was trying to lip read.
Am I okay now?
Yes, you
Yes.
are. Yes,
Okay,
you are.
good. If you have ladies that would like to volunteer doing, sorting and packing of clothes and things of that nature, we'd like to have them come over on a Wednesday, or if you have a group, we'll make special arrangements for
Okay.
times and that for them to come over. So give me a call and see what we can do to work together.
I definitely will, because I know we've been going to the Montessori preschools and they, so we can take road trips. And I do
Oh,
have some
good.
people that would
We
be,
love-
that would really like to help with that.
Yeah,
Perfect.
love to have you come out, take a road trip. We'll set up a time for you and we'll go from there.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
And I think of Marsha London, who used to come over there. She's on this call, so she may be interested in coming back.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to let everybody know, like the pause for people. They're starting this month. So we're really, it's a wonderful thing to be able to open our doors again.
Oh, okay. I'll say that my life was incredibly enriched by wonderfully long 3-hour games of Scrabble at
Mhm.
the friend's home for years with PD and Ella.
She's still playing. Ella's no longer with us, but PD's still playing Scrabble.
I will never forget these women, and believe me, they played to win, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
did. And wait a minute, if I was a minute late, it had already begun. They don't wait. They go. They do.
That's great, Marsha.
And I had the opportunity to meet their families, and it was you could see how valued these two women were to their families. And Ella was still being interviewed. She was
Yes.
still doing interviews. And I asked her one day, wait a minute, and when you have a game of Scrabble, I mean, the purpose of it is, forget the points. It's the subject matter, the subjects that come to light with the word. And one day I remember I asked Ella, did you have any interesting sandwiches named after interesting would you say eponymous or whatever the word is, name sandwiches in your store, in your luncheonette. And she went on with the list of these names and the ingredients and everything. And it was wonderful wonderful memories.
Marcia, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And
Yeah.
you gave them wonderful memories too. They enjoy that very much.
Give Christine a nice hand, and that's Christine McDonald.
Thank you.
She's Executive Director, yeah. Okay, who else? I see our nice Rotarian here with his Rotary. Would you like to speak? Yes, go for it.
Hi, this is Rob Newman from Longwood Rotary. So I just wanted to come on for a minute and let you know that, of course, many of you know us. We support a lot of your organizations in the area. We're having our fundraiser. Every year we have a fundraiser for the Rotary Foundation, and that's how we raise money to support the library and CACs and Senior Center and Friends Home and all these other places. It's going to be at the Greatest Party House in Pennsylvania, the Longwood Gardens Conservatory, on March 11th. And tickets are available for sale. You can find them on our website. We're going to have live music. We're going to have some actors there. We're going to have a pretty fantastic fair. We have a 12-piece live band and dancing. So we would really love to see any of you there who would like to come and support us. And you can help us help you.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Is this when you present the award for the Citizen of the Year?
Oh, wait a minute. I'm Longwood Rotary. That's the chamber.
Yes, that's okay. Thank you. Thank you, Rob.
Yeah,
You're right.
you're getting me confused with those other people. No,
It's
we're
the Longwood Garden venue that.
That's the next week, but same location, Joan.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Do you want to speak, Annalee, at all? Thank you again, Rob.
You're welcome.
Just as always, I am just amazed at this community and all that it does. I will say I was on a call earlier this morning with Chester County Hospital and their pastoral care group. And one of the things that all the pastors kept coming back to was just the lack of affordable housing and how frustrating it is for everybody. And so if anybody I know people are working on it. If anybody has any ideas,
That's Cheryl. You got to talk with Cheryl, who's.
Yeah, I wrote that down. I'm familiar with Cheryl, but I wrote that down to.
Yeah, tell everyone who you are.
Yeah.
Annalee, tell everyone who you are.
Oh, I'm Annalee. I'm the pastor of Unionville Presbyterian Church, and I'm also a police chaplain for Kennett Square, Kennett Township, Southern Chester County Regional, forgetting one, West Town, East Goshen Regional.
Thank you. Give Annalee a hand, you guys. Yeah. Okay, Jan Mitch.
I'm no Joan Holiday, that's for sure.
Jan
Give you
Michener.
a hand.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jan Michener with AHA, Arts Holding Hands and Hearts. And I'm really excited to share. November, we had just gotten a grant to expand our Greater Coatesville Imagination Library to all of Chester County. So every single child in Chester County from birth to age 5 is eligible to sign up for a brand new age-appropriate, high-quality book in the mail every single month from birth to age 5. We've partnered with the Chester County Hospital, with the OBGYN and the pediatrics departments that are helping us register children. We're partnering with the Kennett Library, with the Kennett Area School District. And in November, when we got the grant, at the end of November, we had 650 people registered. We have over 3,500 children registered in just this month. So my goal now is to have 10,000 children registered by the end of 2023. So anyone that knows a child, we have it in English, we have it in Spanish, we have these postcards with the QR code. And I'll put it on the chat, the website where you can go. And we also have paper forms, both English and Spanish, that I can drop off at daycare, anywhere. And we have it at the Kennett Library. We also have Flat Dolly there, so you can come by and see Flat Dolly as well. And so please, please help us register children and close the word gap, and so that all children are reading by and have the literacy skills by kindergarten.
This is so exciting. Give her a hand, give Jan a hand. That's a yeoman's job, woman's job. Yeah, you really did. Okay, I've got.
Joan?
Yeah, so. Hi, Tom.
Is that every month, did you say?
Every single month from birth to age 5.
That's 12 a year for 5.
12 a year. And they're incredible, the selections. They're all about cultivating kindness, social, emotional learning. And it's also about, on the front of each book, there are tips for parents on how to engage with their children starting at birth.
Wow.
54 books for their entire life for
Yes.
free.
Yes. Yes.
Tom, you want to introduce yourself, being you said something here?
Yeah, I'm just a voice out of the past. I'm Tom. Dave and I used to work together doing this. So it's good to see everybody, and it makes me want to almost have children just so I can get the books.
You know what? I have grandparents that are signing up their grandkids to have them, and for the kids, because a lot of grandparents are helping raise kids now as well. So, we want the grandparents to be involved as well. So if your grandchild comes and visits often, maybe that's even a way to get them to come visit often. Yeah.
One last question. Could they be out of the county? Could they be in Montgomery County or Delaware County?
Right now, the books are going to Chester County.
Okay.
If I can get 10,000 children registered by 2023, the end of 2023, my funder, there's a chance we'll be expanding to Montgomery County, to Pottstown, Norristown. The areas most in need is where I'm always looking to bring the books.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Tom was a facilitator like myself and Dave. And he is also known for the picnic in the summertime, when we have always a community picnic, which we'll talk about when we get warmer weather. Okay. Okay. Who else would like to share? I see Alexis Hart. Yeah, from Brandywine. Yes. Go for it.
Hey, Joan, it's been forever since I've been here. I think maybe close to a year, which is really bad, but at least I'm being honest. So we've had a lot of great things happen at BRC, or Brandywine Red Clay Alliance. For those of you that don't know the organization, we're in the Unionville, Westchester border, and we provide environmental education to school groups, camps, scout programs. At the end of last April, the TLC, or the Land Conservancy for Southern Chester County, merged into Brandywine Red Clay Alliance. So their properties are now BRC properties, including the Shannon Mill Nature Preserve, which, God, it's down by the high school. I forget what road it's off of. We are going, as some of you may know, with our camps, we offer scholarships. We are running camps now at Chandler Mill this summer. So I just want to put the general note out there. If anyone's interested or knows people who want scholarships for camp, we have applications for it. They are not bilingual. Unfortunately, we don't have anybody bilingual on staff, and I tried to muddle through it with my daughter's friend who's fluent, and it just did not work last year. So they're going to need an interpreter or something, or I need to get them in English. But they can be from 100% scholarship to, 50%. It's just based on what they put on their application. So I'll throw our URL in the chat. I'll throw my email in the chat, but I just kind of wanted to get that out there.
Thank you. Wonderful opportunity for our community to get out in nature and to have our kids appreciate nature. So let's give her a hand, give her a big hand. Okay, Clark Davis from LCH, would you like to share? I see your hand is up.
Sure, I'll take it down right now. Thank you, guys. Nice to see everybody again, virtually, but it's always great. We are running a new program once a month in-house in our Kennett office. We're going to be offering in-person classes for both patients and non-patients. It doesn't matter. About healthy tips and tricks. Anybody can come and join us. I can send out a PDF later for our invites. It's also on our Facebook and our website. But the first class next week is going to be about how to travel safely with medicine. Just little teeny tiny pieces of advice. It's just some confusions we come across, and we have a whole year's worth of programming set and scheduled. It's free, no obligation. Just please call us to RSVP, or just so we can get an attendance list. And again, I can send the PDF out to the team. Also, as a healthcare facility, I just wanted to mention that COVID, we're seeing that COVID's not skyrocketing as intensely as it has been, but flu and RSV have been surging, to quote one of our nurses. So please, please, please stay safe. Be responsible, be safe, please. And we will be expanding our capacity to give vaccines in the next little bit. We're going to be giving flu shots and COVID shots more frequently and more readily available to our patients. And as always, we take most insurances, and if you don't have insurance, we'll figure it out. We're just happy to take whoever we can to see. Also, on a personal note, my daughter is on the Imagination Library train, and it is awesome. It is really great. So way to go, Jan. I'm cheating because we're coming from Delaware, so we had a little bit of a head start. But it really is a wonderful program. The books, a lot of them come in Spanish and English. So, and we're learning all about animals and everything right now. It's really fun. Please spread the word, guys. It's something that I believe in, and Jan is such a great advocate for it.
And thank you for LECH for putting it in your newsletter today. It was so exciting seeing it there.
Happy to. We're doing the same work here. We're just trying to get kids and their families reading together.
Yes.
Among so many other things. But
yeah,
it's a great mission, and we're happy to take part in it too. Thank you.
Chad and LCH a fan, you guys. They do so much good work. Yes, and Molly, I see your hands went up for a while. Thompson.
Oh, hi. My name is Molly Hampson, and I am with Mighty Writers. I'm a development associate, so I know that Mighty Writers to Bridging the Community is not new, but this is my first meeting, and thank you for having me. What a wonderful group of people. And I just wanted to say, since we are new in our location at 121 Willow Street, we would love to invite everyone out to come and visit the space and see the work that's being done. Some here have already come out, which is so nice to see familiar faces. There's wonderful, wonderful things happening. I won't take up too much time, but I will re-put my email address and name in the chat. We'd love for you to come out and see the space, see all of the work that is being done and continuing to be done. And if there's any questions or further collaboration, like I said, I'll put my information in the chat. So thank you for allowing me to be here, and also invite the group out to Mighty Writers.
It sounds wonderful. We may want to have a meeting there sometime. That would be great to see, for everyone to see the site. It's in Tup-Kenneman, but it's very easy to get to. So
yes.
So I'm excited that you got. I haven't met you yet, so welcome.
Thank you.
Sarah Dickens Trillo is the executive director, and she's done a wonderful job with Mighty Writers.
Yeah,
wonderful.
She's amazing.
Miss Jessie Cott. Well, let's clap for Molly.
Thank
here.
you.
Yes. Okay. Jessie Cox, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I have a few things. First of all, as a member of the MLK Community Advocates, I've been kind of roped into helping with the breakfast on Monday. And I sent Joan this flyer that can go, I guess you know how to, obviously, who to send it to get in the minutes.
We'll send it out with the minutes, yes.
Yeah, please. I texted it to you. It's January 16th, starts at 10 a.m. at Lincoln University. Here, they can see it bigger there. Oh, except it's backwards. Looks backwards on mine. Is it? Anyway.
It's not backwards.
It's not, it's at Lincoln University at the Wellness Center. And we'll have signs that you go in the gate and kind of wind all the way around to the back of the campus. And it's a delicious meal. We had to delay last January's to April because of COVID. And we're pressing forward with this on Monday. And we have the Lincoln Choir and the Gospel Choir. Let me get to that information. And members of the Kennett Community Choir have been invited to sing with them, kind of informally with them. And our rehearsal, if you're interested in that or know anybody that's interested in singing, is Friday night at 7:00 in the Wellness Center, so that we can rehearse with this huge, fabulous Lincoln University choir and be ready for Monday. So it's last minute singing and gathering. And I know there are people on here. I know you sing. So please join us. I even wrote to Dan Cornett. I was like, well, they're going to be amazing because, you know, they're a big, good choir. Well, we pulled them down. He said, well, they don't know all the songs that we usually do. And he said, I think it's important that it's a presence and participation and not worry so much about who's being perfect with singing and all that good stuff. So join us. If you have any questions, my number and my email is in the chat. So it'll be in the minutes. And then, so that's the MLK Day. And then it's also different than the years past when it was just a breakfast early in the morning. This is a 10 a.m., a great meal and program with keynote speaker, diplomat Oliver St. Clair Franklin. And then he's done a documentary that will be shown in the afternoon. There's some workshops in the afternoon. So it's a whole program until 3:00 if you want to be part of that. You can go to mlkcommunity.org, and I'll put that in there too, to get this information and register and get tickets. The other thing is I'm a member at Kennett Friends Meeting, and every Thursday at 7 p.m. since Russia invaded Ukraine, we have a meeting for worship that's just open from 7 to 8, very informal. Anyone and everyone is welcome to come and just sit in Quaker style in silence. I mean, you can stand and speak or sing if you want, and to hold the Ukraine and actually our whole world. our own government and Congress right now needs a lot of holding the light, in my opinion. I thought there was something else, but I'll come back to you.
Are there, again, I'm not asking the question, but are there any bridges anyone wants to make? Anything that you want to offer, Jesse, or anything you want to add to it?
Sing.
Yeah, she's saying sing. Who's going to sing? Any hands for singing?
Any thumbs up for singing? Dave, I know you have a good voice.
Hey,
And
Dave was talking about-
Dean, Joan.
Possibly, we'll see. Yeah, possibly.
It's kind of last minute for me. I'll have to see.
Yeah, really.
Dave is talking about it. Yeah. Let's give Jesse. Let's give Jesse. Let's give Jesse a hand. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jean, you wanted to say something, I see with your hand. Jean,
I am as the former Vanna to both Tom and Dave, not mentioned as a facilitator, I'll just say, I am putting my Casa Guanajuato hat on tonight. And I want you to, we had our annual retreat and we've got so many young people. It's so exciting to see the changes. We have Gonzalo Cano is our new president and he works at CACS. So I almost said something back then, but I couldn't find the little hand. Anyway, so we've come up with some wishes. We are definitely working towards developing a board and a capital campaign to have our own place where we can do the things the way they want to do them. We are inviting other countries and other members to expand the cultural exchange of Latin American countries. Already have Venezolanos and Guatemaltecos. And we have some needs. We need space for Danza Ticnoche where a good place to dance that is not a concrete floor, please. I'm going to look at the senior center, but that's not really a good floor. You guys all know which is the best floor, but I don't know how to get in there, even though I'm an auxiliary member. That's the best floor. Mondays and Thursdays for Danza di Noche. We need storage space. We've outgrown both of our locations, and Square Roots is expanding and moving ahead, and we are now getting in the way. So they've been wonderful for the last 2 years, giving us storage space. So if anybody knows of any place where we can store all of our goodies, and we are hoping eventually to develop more music, not just the folklore, because we have the Danza di Noche now, but also music and workshops and teaching English to adults while their children are learning to read and write in their native tongue, Spanish. So all of these are the kinds of things that we will develop once we have our own place. Those are the big dreams. And then immediately, we've already been invited to go and do Dia de los Muertos for a whole week this year once the library opens. So it'll be in the right time frame and for a whole week, which is like, we're so excited. So we're working on our committees to get things moving.
Now, the library is going to be just a host for so many things, and that sounds wonderful. And by the way, I did talk to the organizer there, and they said that we could be the first meeting bridging could be the first meeting in the auditorium. So
nice.
All right. I will let you know. I think it could be either the May meeting or the September meeting. We'll see. Yeah. So that's wonderful.
So we need people to think about being on a board and also help us get our capital campaign going. Mary Hutchins is already sort of getting in there. So anybody else, we'd be happy to hear from you.
Yeah, and maybe people be thinking, even if you don't want to do it, who do you know? Who can we give this information out to people? Bridging is about passing the word and getting people to work together. And again, on Zoom, it's really hard. We're not bridging very much, but keeping it in mind, you'll get the minutes so you can go back and refer and contact people through email. But it's so important that we're thinking outside of our box. Is that a good metaphor to be using right now? And to be able to see how we can bridge. Is there anyone else that would like to share anything? Raise your hand. I'm seeing Karen is here, D'Augusto, and I haven't heard from you, Karen.
I know. Well, I'm just learning so much tonight, and it's so amazing. We have the Girl Scouts have, well, first of all, cookies are coming. So just sort of get your appetites ready. And but the other thing is that I wanted to share with you some of the things that Girl Scouts have done in the community. And one of the things is we've worked with CACS. Katia has worked with CACS, and her troop CACS gave this Girl Scout troop a truck that was parked in front of Giant for 2 weekends. And I think they collected like 2,500 pounds of food for CACS. And the girls had a blast because they got to go in and speak on the announcer and tell the people in this Giant. And it was, it just turned out just amazing for the girls. And also, getting it was over 2 weekends. And they, as I said, they collected like 2,500 pounds of food. The other thing they did with CACS is they also collected, they did a fundraiser and collected money. Now, Girl Scouts are not allowed they're not allowed to fundraise, but they're allowed to fundraise and buy things and give to people. So that's what they're allowed to do. They can't give the money over to the nonprofit. So that's what they did. They earned money, $1,000 or something, doing a service project, and then they bought the things that CACS asked them to buy them, and then they gave it to the CACS. The other thing is that the Girl Scouts have they had a holiday dance and collected Christmas presents for the children of the residents of the Chester County Correctional Facility. There is a charity there that they give over 100 presents to them. to the, there's a party that's done for the children and we provide the presents. So the other thing that is that we also donated book bags and school supplies to Mighty Writers. And we also did a collection of gloves and scarves and hats and donated them to Mighty Writers, as well as twin sheet sets and blankets. We also donated that to them. And what I do is I take the minutes from this meeting and I go through it, and then I write a memo to all. We have like 45 leaders, 45 troops, about 500 girls. And I take all the information from this meeting and I write them an email and I say, listen, this is where the needs are. So please, please think about having your girls do a service project. The other service project is that we had one troop give a sewing machine and materials to the library, because I guess the library is going to have a place where you can use a sewing machine, which I didn't know was going to happen, which is amazing. So that's how we do it. That's the Girl Scouts, and we are constantly doing community service projects. I hear about them all the time. Some of them are very, very small, little things like, you know, they'll make toys for La Mancha animals or something like that. They're really into doing things with animals. And in the past, they have worked with friends doing, I know I think they decorated a dollhouse there once or twice. So they are very involved. As I said, I can't make anybody do things. All I do is pass on the information and hope and pray they want to do something. The other thing, yes.
Go ahead, go for it.
The other thing is that Youth Community Forward, which I was the president of for a while, has made an arrangement with CACS that CACS has now taken on some of the most of the responsibilities of Youth Community Forward. We did a lot of helping people with their legal fees when it came to asylum cases, and we also created a legal rights handbook that we distributed throughout the community. And so we're handing a lot of that over to CACS. They agreed to take it. I'm going to say it was like a 2-year negotiation. It took quite a while because they wanted to make sure they could do it. And so now they do it. And now they're willing to do it. So they will help with legal fees and they will help distribute our legal rights handbook.
Thank you so much. Give her a hand.
You're
You
welcome.
guys. She's doing a lot of good work here. It's wonderful.
As a bridge with Karen, we have one of the ladies from Danza Dignochli wants to start sewing classes. So I can either bridge with the library, Karen. But the objective is that the dancers need new costumes all the time. So that not only by teaching people how to make patterns and learn how to sew, that hopefully that'll get off the ground too. That's another place we have to figure out where and how we're going to do it. So I thank you for that bridge about the library, because I didn't know that.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
That's a good bridge. Great bridge.
Thank you. Yes.
As a bridge,
Yes.
as a bridge, we get a number of youths come out from various schools doing sorting and packing and gathering stuffed animals and things of that nature. If some of the Girl Scout troops have an interest in doing community projects, we would be very happy to work with them
Great.
to establish times or places that could be cooperative with them and add to their value. So if there are some Girl Scout troops that are interested, I'd be happy to talk with them. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you, Cliff. Thank you, both of you. Yes. Okay, Esther, you're always faithful coming, and you got to say something to this group. Can you hear us? Esther Rochester?
Hi, everybody.
Why don't you tell them what you do getting up early in the morning, what your job is?
I work for Crafts. They need help there. If you have used CDL, if you know anybody that needs a job, come down to see Roxanne or come see me and talk to Roxanne. I'm an aide on the bus.
They need drivers. Is that what you're saying? They need, yeah. And you work for the school district?
Yes.
And you're a caretaker of your mother.
Yes.
And she
Love
takes,
you, mother.
you love your mama. I know. That's great. Thank you for being here, Esther.
You're welcome.
Give Esther a hand. Cheryl Lynn, I noticed that you're on. I've never seen you at Bridging. Have you been to Bridging before? Cheryl Lynn?
Yes, I've been to Bridging before.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's been a while ago, but yes.
Yeah, is there anything you want to share?
No, thank you.
Okay, that's okay. I'm glad you came, though. You can hear a lot of what's going on in the community and maybe even volunteer for one of those things. You never know. Yeah,
I keep, Nolan has his hand. I think it's the only hand that's that's been up a long time. And then there's a couple of people like Dave and Keisha that have their hands up. Yeah.
Keisha, you want to say something, and then Marianne? Okay. Go for it.
I quickly had a bridge for Karen. I also work with the Kennett Area Amateur, CACs and CATS can make it very confusing. Kennett Amateur Theatrical Society. And we have a big production coming up next weekend. And we're always looking for teens who want to help like backstage or with the sound, or so if any of your Girl Scouts, wanted to get into, some of the technical or some of the backstage things, we'd love to have them.
Okay, I will, if we put that, that'll be put in the minutes, and then I can sort of put out my memo about all the things that were so available. There's so many things available in our community. It's very nice.
So what's the play? What's the title of the play?
It's called A Magic Lamp, A Lad in Trouble. It's Aladdin. I don't know if anyone is familiar with British pantomimes. That is what our big production is every year. I'm hoping some of you have maybe seen them. This is our 21st production. And but it's thank you. It's a lot of fun, and it is next weekend at the Kennett High School.
That sounds wonderful. It really does. Thank you for reminding us of that. So this, not this coming weekend, but the weekend after. Is that right?
Correct. The 20th and 21st.
Thank you. Okay.
They're amazing productions. You'll want to go.
Yes, it's so much fun. It's crazy fun. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else want to offer anything? Dave,
Joan, may I interject?
Absolutely.
So my Rotary Club and about 47 other Rotary clubs around the Philadelphia area have got a big project, because I don't know if you guys have heard, but there is a Eagles playoff game occurring in the next few weeks. And they're going to be, they got a bye week this week. And so that's going on. So we've got two opportunities to get some raffle tickets, to get some playoff tickets. So I'll put the URL there, but here's the website that you can see here. And oops, not that one. That didn't turn out well. Anyway, I'll put a URL in the chat box, but we've got two playoff tickets that we're raffling off. And it's going to be a great opportunity for somebody to win some tickets. And so far, we've had a pretty good response from everybody, but it's a community fundraiser for not just Rotary clubs around the Kennett area, with which we've got 3, but also all around the whole Philadelphia area. So it's a lot of fun. And if you're interested in getting some playoff tickets, here's a good way to get them. Okay.
That's a great idea. Thank you. Give Dave a hand here. Thank you for running the show tonight very nicely. Laura Gonzalez, are you still here? Is Laura still here? I thought I saw her. Yeah. Okay.
Nolan Morris has his hand up.
Who does? Oh, yes.
Hey,
Nolan, go for it.
all right, cool. Sorry, I can't figure out how to get my video working, but I wanted to make an offering regarding plant walks and foraging and general garden help. And I know I've talked to a couple organizations, but it can be on a individual basis, a group basis. I think it's a great way to build team morale within employees, but getting people out into nature and then teaching about different ways to work with plants and gathering things for teas or wildcrafting, dreams of gathering local clay and doing pottery projects, and all endless amount of stuff that I feel like community would benefit from engaging in just local plant and foraging work. And then I also start a fair amount of trees and perennials and other plants from seed. And so I'm always happy to provide plants to people who are doing gardens, and usually on a donation basis, but certainly available for community gardens in different places and people's personal gardens, and offer also residential, land consultations. If you have spaces where you want to think about planting things or growing things, I offer free guidance in terms of what you can grow there and what's available. And
Nolan, do you work for a particular organization, or are you doing this on your own?
I am doing this mostly freelance. I work with definitely a local cooperative of people who do similar work, but at this point, I'm just doing freelance stuff, playing with the idea of starting a nonprofit of sorts, but that also seems like a lot of work, so I'm not sure if I'm going that road at this point. I forget. There might have been one other. Oh, also land spaces where people can bring. I've talked to Mighty Writers a little bit about this, but places where you can bring groups of people if they're looking for places to garden or just be outdoors and do group activities. Whatever ages, that is also a possible offering. And I'm also interested in community housing projects, and definitely would love to stay in touch with any other people who are, working on that sort of thing.
Nolan, will you put your email in the chat, please?
Sure.
Yes, Nolan, I'm Paola Rosas. Hello, everybody. I haven't been here for years. But Nolan, I think that would be a great activity for after the bell. So maybe you'll hear from me just to give you an idea of what we do and how we can work together. So thank you. Sounds very fun.
Oh, that sounds great.
That sounds awesome.
Let's
What's
give
going
Nolan
on
a
after the
great
bell?
Yeah,
Paola?
let's clap for Nolan first. Okay. And I'm glad you're speaking up. Talk about after the bell, as Dave asked you to.
Thank you. So we are gonna start. So hello, everyone. I don't know if I see a lot of familiar faces. So I was working for the Girl Scouts. Karen knew that in Delaware, but now I'm here back in the community. So Dawn was my predecessor. She is moved away. So now I am the executive director, and I'm so happy to be back and be in the community and to hear all the amazing things that are happening through bridging. But after the bell, we are starting our winter session, January 24th through March 2nd. We are always in need of volunteers. So if you don't have anything to do Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 3 to 5, let me know. I'll find something fun for you to do. We have amazing activities this winter. We're working with 4-H club, with 4-H, and we're having a vet science program. We're having all kinds of fun things, cooking, seafood cooking, international cooking, an engineering activity. So if you ever want to come and see what we do, also, if you want to check us out before you come and volunteer, please feel free to reach out to me. I will also put my information on the message, on the chat. Thank you.
Such a great organization and such a fun place to volunteer. Bob George, I know, is on this line, and you do running, don't you, Bob? Is that you're still going to be doing that?
Yes, Bob George always does it.
Well, I do it with my co-coach, Miss Kerr, but it's wintertime, and we tend to have to run indoors during the wintertime, and so we've basically taken a hiatus and we'll do it in the spring and try to get all the kids that are there to run in the Kennett Run with us. And so we look forward to that, but we have a bye this winter because running in the corridors of the middle school is not as much fun as it is running outside.
Thank you so much. Let's give him a hand for his volunteering in that and many other roles he takes on. Today I attended a meeting around Juneteenth, which is it's a celebration of when slavery was finally, the last straw was drawn in Texas, and celebrating the getting rid of slavery in the United States. And so there's going to be a local event going on. If anyone would like to be a part of this, it's going to be at Answer B. Nixon Park on a Saturday. They're going to have hopefully music as well as poetry and food. All of this is going to be free. And then they're going to do something at the Flash. They're going to hopefully have like a open mic, but really celebrate as a community that we're trying to be totally annihilate slavery from our history minds and become a full community. So if anyone wants to be a part of that, please contact me. Okay, I'll put my email in there. Is there anything else? Yes.
David has his hand up.
Oh, David does. Okay, David, go for it.
The yellow computer hand doesn't seem to be as effective, at least against my ceiling. Sorry about that.
Hi, Dave.
Hi.
Good to see you.
There's been some, thank you, likewise, for everybody, and Happy New Year. I thought I got my hand down, and now I'm having trouble taking it. Oh, lower hand. Okay. Anyway, support for Ukraine has come up a couple times tonight, and I just wanted to give out a little reminder that the local at the marketplace, which I gather is staying open all winter, the local soap maker is selling Ukraine colored hand soap in Ukrainian flag colors, and all the proceeds are going to support Ukraine. You probably all know about that, but we bought it. It soaps up well. It smells good, and it seems like a good effort. So thank you.
David, thank you for that very much. Let's give him a hand for thinking of beyond our community. Yes. You know what I'm most excited about? You guys are faithful, committed people. I'm looking at this number, and there were 39 people, and they've stayed on the whole time. And I know a lot of people get tired and want to go to bed. So I think we need to probably close at this point.
Joan, can I just ask one thing? I have a bunch of sewing patterns, children's sewing patterns, and I don't know whether the Girl Scouts or the library or, I hate to throw them out. Patterns can cost like $16 a piece today. So if anybody's interested in sewing patterns for girls, let me know.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. And so I would say, I'm asking just a couple of people give some final words to the Bridgers, some kind of good wish for the next month. Anyone want to offer any good wish for the next month? Starting a new year.
Hopefully without horrendous episodes of flu and COVID. Much good health to everybody.
That's
Well, Happy New Year, everybody. Believe it or not, it's only January, but we're already getting our committee together for the Memorial Day Parade. Woohoo! So last year's parade was really amazing. Actually, the Christmas parade was really amazing this past year as well. But we're already getting ready for the Memorial Day Parade. So if any of you have an interest in marching or working on a parade, let me know, because there's a lot of work to it. We've taken over from Bill Taylor and his family and his business. So now we just got a bunch of volunteers that have been a transition year for us. And Bill's really helped us get started. But there's a parade coming in about 5 months. Woohoo! Thanks.
That's so great. Okay.
Joan, I'd like to say one thing as an old Bridger. If that is, I don't know if that's a noun or an adjective, but as an old Bridger, we used to have meetings in face-to-face, and hopefully we'll have those in the future, but we used to get maybe 5 to 10 Bridges. And I have to tell you, this is the first Zoom I've been in quite a while, and I think you did remarkably well, not only with the people, but also with the Bridges that happened tonight. And the attitude is just, it's there. So tell as many people as you can. This is just a wonderful way to communicate, and it never grows old. I'm just so happy to be part of it. So keep it going.
Thank you, Tom. Thanks so much for that.
Yeah. I look forward to everybody getting together because this is a tiny little window that opens, but guess what? A window can turn into a door and it can turn into sliding glass doors. I've seen it happen.
That's beautiful. Okay,
was
so
good
we're
one.
going to be in person. We're going to be at South Mill Mushrooms on South Street, which used to be called Kale and Mushroom. And they have a great meeting room. We've met there before and really happy that. And what we're doing is we're waiting at the meeting to find out if someone's interested in offering their place as a host, to be the host, and just enough space for 40 to 50 people. Okay, that's the issue with chairs. So anything else before we go?
Yes, please.
Jesse,
Uh,
Jesse, you want to?
Okay, yeah, as a group of people who spend a lot of our time taking care of other people in the community, a reminder to take care of ourselves. It's something that I say all the time to clients as a Reiki master teacher, but we have to remember to take care of ourselves too, people, because everybody here I know just does a ton of awesome work in the community. Thank you.
Thank you for that. That's great. It's called the balance to life. Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, listen, adios, muchas gracias, and thank you everyone for being here.
Buenas noches.